Tonight on KGW News, a Vancouver woman out for a run gets a horrible shock.
She was on the path and she felt a sharp pain in her hip.
When she looked down, she discovered she'd been shot. Plus, Portland declares a new mandate, the workers who will soon be required to get the COVID vaccine. And a look at one massive effort to keep local families fed during these uncertain times.
Some people's decisions are literally, is it going to be gas? Is it going to be rent?
Your news starts now. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. First tonight, a woman was training for a half marathon when she was shot on a trail in Vancouver. Now she'll have to relearn how to walk. KGW's Alma McCarty spoke with her mother, who explains the shooter is still out there.
According to her mother, Alicia Nilo spends a lot of time on the Patten Parkway Trail in Vancouver.
She runs half marathons, and so she was right in the middle of training for an upcoming half marathon, which was going to be taking place 3 days from then.
But on October 21st, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, while running near Northeast 117th Avenue, Jessie Nilo says her daughter felt an unexpected pain.
She looked down, there was a hole in her exercise clothing with blood.
A single bullet hit her in the hip.
But I was thanking God that she wasn't more injured than she was, that it didn't take her life. When she was examined at the hospital, because she was brought to the hospital by ambulance, they discovered that if it had been even a fraction of an inch anywhere different, it would have either torn through her internal organs, embedded in her spine. I mean, so things could have been even worse than this. So we were just really mixed feelings, you know.
Nearly 3 weeks later,
that bullet is still embedded in her. They can't take it out.
The investigation into this incident is ongoing. Jessie tells me Clark County deputies don't have a suspect at this time. Her daughter, still in pain, is leaning on the support of her loved ones.
She's doing the best that anybody could. It's not uncommon to have days when you just feel like you can't do anything when you're in a situation like this, and we're just assuring her that that's okay and it's normal, and it's our whole goal for her right now is healing and support.
Through physical therapy, she will relearn how to walk, although the circumstances around this shooting are unknown. Alicia's message is this in regard to firearms.
She just wants to urge everybody to care for your community in every way that you can, which includes safety with every kind of power that you have.
A GoFundMe campaign for Alicia Nilo, launched only 2 days ago, is now up to more than $8,000. Money raised will help her with meals and medical expenses, plus a special pressure point mattress to help her sleep, with the bullet still lodged in her hip.
It's just horrifying, Alma. Our thoughts and prayers are with Alicia. Thank you. Now let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. We learned today it was a 14-year-old who was killed by a falling tree limb in Troutdale. Christopher Kelly was a freshman at Central Catholic High School. He was planting trees with a group of youth volunteers when it happened on Saturday. And in Portland, a falling branch hit two people who were homeless, killing one and injuring the other near Northeast 118th and Sandy. An arborist who inspected the tree said it was severely deteriorated. The city of Portland has announced a new COVID vaccine requirement impacting about 2,500 workers. That includes vendors, consultants, and contractors who work inside city facilities. They'll need to be vaccinated starting January 3rd. And starting today, those workers will have to wear N95 masks until the vaccine mandate takes effect. The U.S. is now allowing international visitors again. Foreign travelers can now fly into the U.S. if they're fully vaccinated against COVID-19. They will need to show proof of vaccination before boarding their flight. The new policy applies to more than 30 countries. This move comes as the U.S. has seen its COVID-19 outlook improve in recent weeks. And speaking of that, Oregon's COVID outlook continues to improve as well. Here's a look at the graph tracking cases. The average is now about 1,000 new cases a day. That compares to an average of more than 2,000 cases a day at the most recent peak in August. Police body cams have been a big part of a push for more accountability. Now the city of Camas is getting its officers equipped. But in wider Clark County, voters shot down a tax that would have helped deputies get the cameras. Our Tim Gordon went to find out why.
Camas is a growing small city of about 26,000 in eastern Clark County. City leaders here just put $311,000 into a police camera program. They saw it first as a way to abide by new statewide police reform laws that require recording all juvenile and adult felony interrogations.
We were thinking that one of the best ways we could attack that is by getting body-worn cameras that are available to all the officers all of the time.
But while Camas is pushing forward, Clark County is stuck in neutral. That's because a vote for a 0.1% sales tax failed in this month's election. Clark County councilors say Proposition 10 would have funded body cameras and the administrative costs for 30 years. The problem is Prop 10 didn't say anything about body cameras in its title. Instead, it was billed as a tax to fund juvenile and jail facilities.
But this in no way was to raise money for jails. And yes, it was confusing, and it wasn't our doing.
Council Vice Chair Gary Medvigi says their hands were tied by legal advice that said the county could only ask for a sales tax in limited ways, and this way didn't work.
You know, we had a couple of options before we put this measure on the ballot.
County Councilor Julie Olson did not support putting Prop 10 on the ballot because of the confusion factor. She supported an alternative ballot plan, but the entire council supports body cams, so the delay is disappointing.
If we don't get another measure on the ballot until November of 2022, we're a full year behind when we could have gotten it started, made the purchase, and start beginning the program. So it does set us back.
I am 100% behind finding the money to support this program. It has to happen.
Medvigi says they will look to next year, and he will continue to spearhead efforts to find the money to get Clark County Sheriff's deputies equipped with cameras. In the meantime, Camas is getting started.
We want to be transparent. We know that agencies all across the country are using body-worn cameras, and it protects everybody involved. And so we're sure that we're probably going to get there. We're not quite there yet.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.
You'll start to see more flashing traffic beacons at crosswalks around Portland. ODOT started putting them in about a decade ago to alert drivers to pedestrians crossing busy streets. In the last 2 years, it's put up 18 beacons on parts of Southeast Powell, along with Barber Boulevard and Tualatin Valley Highway. Now the plan is to add at least 10 more on Powell in the next year. Chris Craig walks Powell on a daily basis and says the beacons are life-saving.
When I was 15, I actually got hit by a car up on 50th and Powell. It was a crosswalk without a light, unmarked.
ODOT is also looking to add beacons on 82nd Avenue to the south of the Portland city limits. The pandemic is continuing to impact families, and for one Portland nonprofit, the growing need for food is staggering. Last month, the Northeast Emergency Food Program served 13 times the number of people they helped before March of 2020. Catherine Cook shows us the unique way they're meeting that need.
Great traffic. Go ahead. Every Thursday and Saturday, they find a way to get here.
Get another car coming in. Cars on the move.
The Northeast Emergency Food Program on Northeast 72nd and Wygant.
Hi there. Hi, sweetie.
They arrive empty-handed and leave with at least 100 pounds of food every time. When their cars are full, so are volunteers' hearts.
They hurt and then they're full because we see regular people come through every week.
Number 2, when?
Jan Bauer has been running from car to car since March 2020 when this drive-through started. She knows most clients by name and their stories.
2 of them are teaching us Vietnamese and Russian so we can speak to them. And anyway, they feel like family.
This is an incredible amount of work that these folks put in.
Last year, Zoe, who asked us not to show her face, survived on $300 a month and was housing insecure.
My fridge goes empty every week.
She's doing better now as programs like this one rise up to meet the need.
I had to come to terms with accepting what they were offering. And it really changed and made me grateful in a way that I wasn't before.
For most clients, not having to choose between food and other expenses is a blessing. There are so many other difficult choices to be made.
Some people's decisions are literally, is it going to be gas? Is it going to be rent? Is it going to be my medication? Is it going to be childcare?
Program manager AJ Scipio says it's part of the ripple effect created by the pandemic.
And it's still wreaking havoc. People are still trying to figure out how to do life.
NEFP is part of the Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon and a partner agency with the Oregon Food Bank. Donations also come from local grocery stores and private donors. Clients used to be able to walk through the ministry's shopping-style pantry and choose the food they wanted. They moved outside to meet COVID restrictions and the growing need.
Before the pandemic, the Northeast Emergency Food Program served about 3,000 people a month. Last month, it was 38,000, and it's been as high as 75,000 clients.
As the holidays are on us, people are going to be in need of more food, more food, more food.
AJ knows the donations will be here. A gift clients like Zoe hope others will accept if they need it.
Don't be afraid to say, I am where I am and I need help, and appreciate the help that's out there.
In Northeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.